Hey up guys, welcome back to York City, where I am actually going to be bringing you the last game of the season. There's a few things that still need to be sorted out. Obviously not the title, that was wrapped up last episode. Spoilers. But with that rather slightly underwhelming 1-0 victory, not the most convincing way to win the title, which was immediately followed up actually by insane complacency. I say insane complacency. They've won 2-0. I'm not exactly certain why McFarlane has a 6.0. No missed penalty or anything going on there. And I must say, there's kind of a theme in terms of these stats for these matches in between. Chelmsford 2-0, Maidenhead 1-0, Sutton 2-1. Didn't reach 20 shots in that one, but still won it. So having a Waterlooville. Now, part of the reason why I'm doing this is Lopez is back, and he's on 24 goals, as is his rival, who's in the same match. So this could get interesting. Unfortunately, Ted Smith has been robbed of the Clean Sheets award, mostly because he's just got injured in the last few weeks, so that's a shame. Lopez also could possibly win most player of the matches as well, if he manages to get this one. He's on 75 minutes fitness, but I might play him for the full 90. Who knows? And the other thing I did need to quickly talk about is there is one prospect. If I bob it on potential, you can see probably who it is. This one. Everyone else fairly in the middle of the pack here. Lazar was one of the new ones. Florin Lazar, Romanian, I think he is. Yeah. Pretty much all the decent ones this year, or strikers, but one standout. Tony Sharrock, whose best opportunity is pressing forward defend. Well, he needs to work on that finishing. That's for... I've just noticed the finishing. Well, he's going to need to work on that. Otherwise, apparently, could be 5-star. God, he was born after I went to secondary school. That's depressing. So yeah, he's going to be challenging Lloyd Self from last year's batch for that potential striker position. He's got 12. Why are they both good pressing forward defends naturally? What's going on with this game? Is that just what my youth intake guy likes to bring in? Because I know they do affect the types of players they bring in. Is that what he's doing? Anyway, there's things to settle here, namely top goal scorer. Like I said, Lopez is injured, is back from injury, but still on 75 minutes of action. He was on that a week ago, which is slightly weird. But the good news is we've got basically everyone available to us, except for Ted Smith in goal. Anami's there. He's not realistically that much of a step back from Ted Smith. Gennaro Gattuso scouted him a week ago. He said he wasn't at York for that reason, but I'm not really entirely certain why else he would be there. He's manager of Fulham, by the way. It's not that weird, but considering where he's just gone in real life, it seems slightly surreal that he was in York scouting one of my players. He's Fulham manager, it's fine. But meanwhile, Wigan are sniffing around about 3 or 4 of my players as well. Don't know where they are. I think they're probably in the Championship at this point. I think they had the same formation there. I just clicked straight through it. I'm going to go with the media one. It's the last game of the season. We're on 98 points. We could actually break the 100. You know what? Let's go off recent events. I'm going to put this on the table. Yeah, we can break 100 points if we win. If literally anything happens in this game at all. There we are. So finally, shots are happening. Now, in terms of the games, actually, the most interesting stuff's going on at the bottom because Harrogate play Hartlepool. Oh, of course, I just try to scroll down as a highlight begins and zoom out instead because that's how this game works. Stanley has nipped into that ball. Thought he was about to get closed off there. Lopez is going to run onto this. I think he's going to get there first. Otherwise, this is a weird thing. Stanley, if we score now, it's not going to be Lopez. That's for certain. Oh, that was a curler. Although that has gone back out to them. So was mostly worried that was going to backfire. Now, of course, us and Havant and Waterlooville have had much different fortune since we last played them towards the beginning of the season. As, you know, we won and they're now in 16th. But what a scintillating I mean, this is getting ridiculous. I swear to God. What do I need to change in order to turn these into goals? I'm far from pleased. Someone's stressed. Tommy Block. Yeah, you've been alright in fairness. Although, actually, no, you're on a 6.4. No, you haven't been alright. Certainly say, you can make the difference. I mean, strictly speaking, the most important thing is stopping their striker from scoring. Because at the very least, it becomes a tie, and I think it then does get split. But I would like Lopez to get the top goal scorer outright, because getting injured... Oh, hello. He's through. It's one-on-one. It's a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one. They clear the ball, obviously. Damn it. I thought that was it. There's Hardy's on a 6.3. They've got a 6.0 in their team right now. How can I better support? That is a good point. I think I might have switched him back onto pressing. No, I haven't. He's on attacking. Well, 70 minutes have gone. I'm not changing anyone off the pitch at this point, because... Hello? What's going on here? Nope, I thought there was about to be a penalty. It's gone back out to Stanley. Romano's in the middle of all people, and he heads it wide instead. Can I have an instruction just to get it to Lopez? Can I please do that? Is that something I can do? Just get it to Lopez. I don't care how you do it. Just make sure he's getting all the shots. Is this about to be defence cutting? Not yet. I'm just sensing... Oh, he's gone a little bit early. He's come back again. I'm just keeping an eye on Lopez there. Number 9, of course. It's gone to him. I don't think he's going to be the one to make this shot if he does do it. Williams is there. Williams is there. I thought that had gone in because it just paused as they did the substitution. And it looks like Hartlepool are losing because they have dropped into the bottom four. Not that we care too much now. I mean, both Harrogate and Hartlepool are local rivals, which is why I have sort of a vaguely vested interest in how that match goes on and who goes down, potentially. But of course, we're vacating this league regardless, so it doesn't really affect us too much. But in terms of local rivals, it's just sort of vaguely interesting, I suppose. Oh, they're back out again. Can we just do something? Just push forward. Just get Lopez a goal, please. Bennett on the left. Walker's been ineffective, I guess. Really? Everyone's doing all right. Clark's a bit tired. Williams is a bit tired. Although, let's make all three at once so we don't waste too much time. They've had one shot on target. We've had 27 shots. I mean, at least it's not like an insane amount on target, because I am slightly annoyed by the consistency that goalkeepers are making like 10 plus saves per match when they face us, which is obviously somewhat not accurate to real life. Well, they've dispossessed us, and we've repossessed it, so that's great news. Clark's in the middle, Walker's under it. As soon as it just sort of gets its way towards Lopez! That's not how physics works. Might have been the goalie, not the post, that put that back into play. Because it hit the outside of the post and then went this way, which confused the heck out of me. Pretty certain there was a goalkeeper who got a hand to it rather than... I think they've taken their striker off, actually, which is good news, because at the very least, the top goal scorer is now... Well, not Rutherford, for obvious reasons. Yeah, they're taken... No, Hardy's still on. He's playing right wing now. Not that it mattered. Well, that was a pointless exercise. I wish I hadn't bothered now. Could have just been talking you through stats and whatever this entire time, which, frankly, would have been more thrilling. 99 points as well. No, a 0-0 draw basically sums up a lot of this. Might click through and tell you who comes up with us, actually, as well. But we should get... Hartlepool do avoid relegation, which is good. A 0-0 is what saw them both survive in the end because of a draw elsewhere. Oh, dearie dear. Harrogate, by the way, have one of the highest wages in this division, which surprises me. Record high points for Newcastle. I suspect they got re-promoted. End of season awards that we're looking for. Signing of the season, James Clark. Free. Young player Lopez top of the pops on this one. Season review. Defied expectations suggesting there would be relegation certainties. We were predicted to be second. I don't know how they've come to that conclusion. Amount an almost unbelievable title-winning campaign. Right, so of course this has changed, because we've been promoted again. Well within wage budget. That's not going to be a problem. Avoid a relegation battle. And then, basically, that's the full aspirations for this club. Can I get... Thank you, Freya, for passing on, but can I get a slightly more ambitious chairman, please? Of course, my contract doesn't expire at the end of next year, but I'll accept it nonetheless because it means I can never really do worse than it, provided I survive League 2. Post-match, whatever. Pre-season, off they go. Injury report, whatever. Now, last time I said about avoiding relegation and nobody really bothered. Well, they give me a lot more options. Think about how we can improve its reputation over the off-season. I'm not sure really that's their job to do that, but alright. You should all be aware that now this club has a stated objective to become an established Vanarama national team by the end of next season. Sort it out. I think we'll manage it. Top half is a bit bold ambition, I think. While on getting the club promoted, I think we can stay up next year provided we make the right additions to the squad. Everyone's happy with that. That normally backfires massively. The ones at the bottom, none of them really made any sense to me. I do want to find out who's come up though. 27 goals is the record for this year. Most player of the matches, he got 9 as well. Don't know why he set the record, it equals it, but never mind. For York anyway. Lit's committed to Zebra. I mean, if they're not going to take it seriously, I'm not going to take them seriously. I'm not sure how this works. Oh, there was a weird thing that happened. You know how as soon as after we got the promotion, they gave us Sam Kluklus. Sorry, I thought that was a player. Fairly certain that's the name of a player, but it's a new gen staff member. Yeah, as soon as we got the promotion and what have you, it gave me more job roles. They took them back again after I filled those positions. So, joke's on you. I don't understand what happened there. When did the playoffs happen for this? Sean Newton transfer list? Does his contract run out? Oh no, he got an extension. I do realise I didn't really look at this page, and I can't see it in full now anyway. It looks like Ted Smith. Harry Wright's the goalkeeper, despite Ted Smith's even better performances this year. I know we've only been here 2 years, but I am vaguely intrigued to see who lines up. It's gone 4-4-2. Lopez and Burrow, Camston, Assel, Williams, Moke, Ferguson, Boom. Williams for a lone player, that's not too shabby really. Newton on the bench, Green on the bench, Stanley, McFarlane, Clark and Block all there. I'm sort of waiting for the actual league awards as well. I wasn't asked to vote on manager. Good point. I don't remember asking... Hang on a second. Everton had just beat Bayern Munich. I'm fairly certain that was the Europa League, which isn't called Europa League, of course. Semi-finals. Fenerbahce, Dortmund, Everton, Bayern Munich. I'm not entirely certain how it's got to this stage, but I mean, Delph is in the top list for assists. What is happening? 10 clean sheets for Timo Horn didn't get them into the semi-finals. How? It is worth noting as I click through, I have done obviously all the scouting of the players that are on the list that came out of the Premier League. None of them really tickle the fancy. B-. I think this has been affected by the fact that the vision has just changed. So now that's just a C+ rather than doing an excellent job. What? We've got £500,000. How? Why are you doing that? It's not like we're selling players for massive amounts of money in the first place. It's not like we're selling players. Full stop. But obviously that youngster with 4 finishing might try and stick him in. He's signed a new. Okay, I mean I didn't do that, but fair enough. He's like I think he was generated into the youth team at the start of this game, and he's fair. It's not that bad. But he plays in a role that we don't play at the moment. That being said, if we come up against sort of weaker opposition, he could certainly feature next year, I think. Or maybe send him out on loan somewhere. But I don't think it's too bad. Obviously, passing 6 is an issue. Bottom end of these mentals isn't particularly great. Not the strongest, but he's not the tallest either. Sort of very hula-hanny when I look at this now. This guy got one as well. Youth team players basically getting contracts that aren't under my control. Aha! Playoffs are happening. Filed are beating or have beaten Ebbsfleet. I'm not sure if they do 2 rounds. Or Ebbsfleet. They've got there twice now. And got beaten twice. Although in fairness, I think so have filed. Tell you what, Sutton recovered quite well to get into the playoffs. Although they just lost there. But I think they were a fair bit down the table early on in the season. Morecambe didn't make it. Morecambe, the only team predicted better than us. In unlikely news, Gareth Bale signs a new 2-year deal. And both the teams in the first leg then just got beaten. So, worthwhile all around. Dagenham Redbridge versus Halifax in the final. So who's coming up with it? I would actually kind of like to see Halifax come up, just because of the rivalry. And then hopefully they might be able to bring more than 84 people if they're in League 2. I'm surprised technically we didn't get classed as the underachievers as the title holders, trophy holders. We only made it to round 2. But good for Yeovil. Neither them or Barrow had a particularly great season, so something nice for both of them, just to even play in it. Hello. Ooh, new deals. Sponsorship's gone down, but we've got a stadium sponsor. £200,000. 325 extra K per year. Okay. And it is Halifax that joins us, so that's good news. That was the last thing I kind of really wanted to pay attention to, although we might get the awards of Vanarama now that's all done with. Hardy finished level but with Juanito Lopez, but claimed the award by virtue of having the least playing time. I'm not sure how that's worked. Lopez got injured. Doesn't tell me the total minutes on here, but he had 37 appearances and 24 goals. 39 appearances. Okay, fair enough. That's a shame, though. Why is there not like any backup for this either? Oh, good. The 2 that I was going to extend potentially have actually automatically been extended, so that's fine. Yeah, there's not that many actually contracts are running out. McLaughlin's does, Moke's does, and the fact that that's probably one of the very few times you've heard those names all season says a lot. I wonder who's got manager though. That's not come through yet. We've not had goalkeeper, although I suppose he wouldn't get that anyway. There we go. Manager of the year. Thank you very much. Sutton 2nd, Maidenhead 3rd. Dave's pleased. He's always pleased. He's always pleased when I get manager of the month, let alone year. That was the final table. Maidenhead ended up there, and Sutton was 6th. So in terms of overachievement, yeah, Maidenhead good solid halfway up further than they should be. I actually voted for having a Waterlooville, considering they've actually done really solidly well considering that as well. Sutton, yeah, getting into playoffs. Bit of an achievement, I suppose. Oh, Nasel's actually no longer in this. Curious. Williams is though, but he's on loan. So the very last thing to have a run through is who are the best players. Williams, Lopez, Nacelle, Clark, Romano and Stanley all remain above a 7 average for the season. Griffiths just nips onto that, but not as many appearances for him. But yeah, so in terms of the players that played a lot, they were you can see here actually consistently, Connor Stanley was the best winger that we brought in of the 3 of them. Where did the other 2 end up? Ethan Walker, 6.8, not too bad. He started 18 games and came on as sub as 23 and averaged 6.66. I'll show you the main problem for Janelle Bennett. 105 shots, 3 goals. Like he's having more shots per game than the striker. Basically, what they're saying is he's selfish and also rubbish at shooting. Very good at heading, winning headers though. But goals obviously mostly came from Lopez. Nacelle ended up in double digits. Stanley not too far off, although he did have a few injury layoffs every now and then. Kempster actually got 7, although I think most of those came at the start. Actually made 20 starting appearances. In the end, 7 for Walker as well. 6 for McFarlane in limited starts. Williams got 4. They were all bangers. Romano ended up with 3. Bennett had 3. Green had, I mean, then it just sort of tails off, obviously, at that point. Assist-wise, Stanley on the right-hand side did all right. Pretty much spread out quite nicely after that. Defensively, 90% for Romano and Block. Tackle completions. Boom at 93, Ferguson at 96. Defensively, Ferguson seemed to be quite solid. He started very well when Boys was playing badly, and then as soon as Boys started playing well, Ferguson started playing badly. It's like it's like he siphoned talent out of Ferguson. I don't know what happened on that left-hand side. We see Boys here in the end, ended up with a 6. Considering he was averaging about 6.5 at the start of this season, the fact he got up to 6.8 is incredible. Not amazing on the heading front, but I don't think he's particularly tall. Just shy of 6 feet. 5'11", I think that might be. So that's that, and it looks like we've already had a little bit of the injection of the sponsorship cash there, because we're on 671,000 and we end this season on. I'm not entirely certain why the board thought we were going to end at 1.7 million, but League 2 next time round. Good point. Just one last thing to check. Who actually did go down? It was the 4 that we saw last time round. Bolton just survived. Wimbledon, Coventry, Mansfield, and Swindon we will face. Shame for Coventry though. And teams that we won't face are Exeter, Crawley, Walsall, and Tranmere. Crawley actually have been promoted from League 2, so they would actually be going up. Ollie Palmer. I'm fairly certain he was a Lincoln player. He was. And nor will we face Cambridge or Cheltenham. Are going to go the other way as we pass them. So, shame for them, but we will meet Salford and Notts County, previous opponents in cup competitions. Scunthorpe we played in the friendly last season. Bradford, of course, my only other main save here on YouTube. So there's some stories to be had here already, so that's what I'm liking about this, is despite the fact we have smashed expectations in terms of where we are going to be at this point of the save, there's some stories still to be had here already, and we've already, even in the short space of 2 seasons, we've got something to play for and some interesting matches we're going to be having in League 2. Whether or not we can stick around there, our wage structure right now is fairly comparable to the bottom end of League 2, so it's not like we're going to be dramatically out of touch in that regard. Talent-wise, I think we're okay. There's some players who are regarded as League 1 quality, notably Lopez. So, like, the talent gap between Vanarama, League 2, is not a massive amount. Yeah, so I don't think the talent gaps between these divisions aren't that massive. You can see, 2 teams that went up that recently have, stuck around. Salford's still there, Notts County's still there. Bromley stayed up. They came up in the game with Notts County last year. So, it's possible for them to survive quite handily in terms of Notts County's case. Let's see if we can too. So, I hope you had a lovely Christmas, by the way. It's weird saying that right now because it's still before Christmas for me. To be honest, when this goes live, I'm probably driving back here from my parents. So this is really surreal recording this so far in advance. I'm so used to actually now recording these on the day that it's actually really weird to be recording this far in advance again. Next one will probably be back to normal for me. Until then, ta-ra.